Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the U.S. Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Rebecca Kay, and I'm so glad that you could join me this morning for my daily spiritual practice. Well, folks, it's December, officially the holiday season. We're in it. And so, as I put together our reading for this morning, I came across something that, honestly, I never really thought about. And I thought this would make a perfect word for the week because maybe you never thought about it either. Our word for this morning is innkeeper. In Middle English times, an innkeeper was someone who managed and owned an inn. You know, that person who tells you there's no room. So, our reading this morning is by Bob Joff from his book Live in Grace, Walk in Love. And Bob's reading is entitled Later in His Life. I bet the innkeeper wished he had made room for Jesus. Now, this is a thought I never had before. Each time we come to the Christmas season, we read this story. We talk about how the innkeeper tells them there's no room in the inn, and that's all we ever think about of that innkeeper. But I think it's really an expansive thought for us. And it's really important for us to think about in this moment just who and what the innkeepers might be in our lives, telling us we don't have room for, whatever it is during this holiday time. So let me share this reading with you from Bob Joff. Bob writes, right before Jesus was to be born, his soon-to-be parents had to make the trek from Nazareth to Judea to register for a national census. The trip had to take them a while, especially since Mary was 9 months pregnant. When they arrived in Bethlehem, eager to find a place to stay the night, the innkeeper said there was no room for them. So Mary and Joseph spent the night in a stable, on a haystack, next to donkeys and sheep. And that's where Jesus was born. I often wonder how long it was before the innkeeper knew what he had missed. When he heard about the Messiah from Nazareth, who brought dead people back to life and healed the lepers of their disease. I can't help but think he regretted his choice. You know, that choice to turn them away, to tell them there's no room in the inn. He had to have relived that night in his mind over and over again, coming up with ways he could have made room for the Savior of the world. As busy people in the 21st century, we can point to a lot of reasons to explain why we don't make more room for Jesus and the people he loves in our lives. We've got bills to pay. We've got kids to raise and responsibilities pulling us in every direction. But there's only one thing God has asked us to do: to love him. And in doing so, love the people around us. Let's avoid the innkeeper's mistake. Let's do some renovations to make room for the Messiah while we still have time. And so this morning I ask you, who is the innkeeper in your life? Who is the innkeeper telling, there's no room for you here in my life? What is the innkeeper telling? There is no room for you here in my life. As we go through this holiday season, I ask you to think about this. Let's make some renovations and make some room in our lives. This morning, I'd like you to affirm with me, I am open at the top. I am free. I am happy. I am well. And I am filled with perfect life. Take a deep breath in. Just let it out with a sigh. Sink into whatever is beneath you. Just step into that silence, that calm, that peace. Drop down into your heart. It just feels so good to sit in the silence, to be surrounded in love, to let go of all that stuff, to move that innkeeper out of the way so we can align to the truth of who we are. We really, really are. So we can align to our divinity. So Spirit can move through us, as us. So Spirit can fill us, heal us, bless us, uplift us. So that our light can shine brightly. For we are here to be a light in the world. We are here to expand and grow. I invite you to step into high consciousness with me and to affirm, I am open at the top. I am free, I am happy, I am well, and I am filled with perfect life. And I allow you to just take those words into your heart as you sit aligned to the truth of who you really are. Who is the innkeeper in your life, telling there is no room for you here? I am open at the top. I am free. I am happy. I am well. And I am filled with perfect life. Who is the innkeeper in your life telling? There is no room. I am open at the top. I am free. I am happy. I am well. And I am filled with perfect life. I am open at the top. I am free. I am happy. I am well. I am filled with perfect life. And so, as our journey comes to a close, I invite you back into this time and space, into this room. And I thank you for taking the time to simply ask the question, who is the innkeeper in your life? And who is that innkeeper telling you there is no room? I thank you for starting your day with a daily spiritual practice. I thank you for being a light in the world. I'm Reverend Rebecca Kay here at the Yuma Center for Spiritual Living. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will be back next Wednesday with some points to ponder. I hope you're enjoying the holiday season as it gets into full swing. I send you much love and many blessings. Thanks for joining me this morning.